What's up, hikers, and welcome back to Off Grid. My name is Dave. I'm into all things backpacking, hiking, camping, and gear. If you're into that sort of thing too, please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Today we're doing another day hike, and I'm over a few towns over from home base. I'm over in Thousand Oaks, and I'm doing the Wildwood Park and Lizard Rock Trail. And it's pretty crazy because I'm originally from the East Coast, and we have a beach that's on the southern tip of, or near the southern end of the state. That's called Wildwood, and they have a few different beaches down there, so I thought it was kind of funny. Not really a reason why I picked the hike today, but a cool little anecdote nonetheless. So a little bit more about this one. It is a heavily trafficked loop. It's about 4 miles today. Got some great weather. It's about 71 degrees, but I am racing against daylight today after the work hours. It's getting pretty close to about 4:45 at night, and I'm just trying to basically beat the clock, so probably going to see the sun setting on me here today. But there's a ton of people out, a bunch of people with dogs, kids. I saw a couple mountain bikes coming through so far. The parking lot was packed, and it was a decent sized parking lot too, so whoa, almost slipped. But so far not too bad. Pretty big and wide dirt road. The elevation gains are going to be somewhere around 700 feet, but not in a straight shot. There's going to be a couple hundred feet towards the beginning, and then it kind of dips down into a valley a little bit, and then you kind of have to dig your way out towards the end. So I'll throw the All Trails map up on the screen for you guys to check out right now. So I don't know, so they tell you to go like one particular way on All Trails. And again here, you're doing like the steepest gains sort of at the end, so I'm not sure if this side of the loop is really the best way to go, as far as like this direction, or if I should go in the other direction. But yeah, so far it looks like a pretty decent dirt kind of road for like off-road vehicles almost. Yeah, let me show you what I'm looking at. Pretty wide. And the trailhead was right near a residential area, so definitely a popular route among locals. And on this trail we're supposed to see, it's called Lizard Rock, but I saw some of the pictures online and it looks more like a turtle, so I'm gonna call it Turtle Rock. And the other thing to see is what they call Paradise Falls. So it's supposed to be a waterfall around here, especially with it being late winter and getting close to early spring. This is technically the water season, or the rainy season here in SoCal, so I'm expecting to definitely see a waterfall and not a dried up piece of rock. So yeah, today we're definitely going to get more of the rolling hills and a little bit of a sunset rather than a beach or a decent body of water. And it definitely appears to be a lot more open. You got the sun kind of baking on you here, but again, I got great weather, so I can't complain. So I forgot a few different things today, actually just a couple. Forgot my watch, so I can't track the route for you guys today, and my speed and all that other kind of good stuff. The other thing I forgot are my normal pair of shoes and my normal trail runners, so this route will be affected by those two elements. The other thing too was, when I started the trail, I was rummaging through my trunk and I ended up slicing one of my fingers, so I got the napkin that I'm just applying pressure to so I don't just spill out everywhere. It's important to leave no trace, even if that means not bleeding everywhere. Bet you didn't know that. You gotta remember these things though. But yeah, not super scenic. Today seems to be pretty easy to follow. We've got a couple people up on this ridge over here. I think that's kind of like the back half coming back over, and that's where the Paradise Falls is. So the first portion is the lizard rock or turtle rock section, and then you go through that valley and you kind of start to come up, and there's a waterfall on that side, and I think like a big man-made teepee. I don't know how it really does the traditional Native Americans justice there, but there's a teepee over there too. So let's see how it looks. Let's see if we can find some cool stuff. So yeah, so far definitely not your traditional trail. It's basically just a dirt road here and pretty wide, so super easy on the feet. The markings are pretty awesome now. Pretty easy to follow, as you can see. So we're going this way, Lizard Rock. Definitely a steeper climb. So we're getting over to the top of the rock. You can kind of see it up there. And not your traditional top of the rock. This isn't the East Coast. This is not New York City. It's top of the rock, West Coast style, where it's a real rock, not a street. This is the view off the side of the rail. Still a bunch of different homes and a little bit of industry around, but it's quiet enough. You can hear the crickets going in this entire video. So that's it right there. And you guys gotta let me know down below, does that look like a lizard to you? To me, it just looks like you got the head of the turtle and a couple of his legs poking out. It's turtle rock, right? Totally. Okay, I think I'm gonna come down this way. I'm gonna go all the way to the top because it's still pointing me in this direction. I'm tracking it on my phone. Let's head on down this way. See if it loops around. You can see some of the farmlands off in the distance right over there. So we're curling around. Got a little river peeking through down there. Not sure how much of it's going to come through with the sun blasting in your face, but we're curling back around. Next stop is going to be to the waterfalls. I don't know if you can hear them off in the distance. Had one just blow right past me and one kind of coming up. Definitely a ton of mountain bikes on this trail, so be on the lookout for that, so that nobody clips you. This is kind of similar to Crystal Cove, my first ever backpacking trip, and kind of a fail at that. But on that trek with my buddy Raul, I'll tell you guys all about that one day. But on that trip, it was kind of the same. On our second day out during the daylight hours, we had a bunch of mountain bikers kind of trekking on through. So I'm not sure if I saw that in the comment section on all trails about this particular trail, but definitely something to be on the lookout for. And I don't think that you need to have your trekking poles for this one. Definitely not needed, not like 100% needed, but I just have, like I said, I forgot my trail runners, so I just have my regular runners on today, so see how my ankles hold up tomorrow. So I can definitely see why this is popular among mountain bikers. Got a lot of these tight turns here. Got this lip right here that kind of goes right up, especially if you're kind of losing on down and cruising down the hill. But a couple of these sections here, like this one right here, is a little bit tight, so just be on the lookout for that. It started out super wide, but this section right here is quite a bit tighter, so just be mindful of that if you're ever on this one, and make sure you don't trip and fall, because it's a pretty decent way down. Anybody know where the dam tour is? Insert clip here.
So please, no one wander off the dam tour. And please take all the damn pictures you want. Now, are there any damn questions?
I don't know if you can see him off in the distance, but we got a deer right here, definitely scoping me out. Just saw him kind of like jumping down the ridge. Oh, he's got his eyes on me. Again, always important to make sure you're aware of your surroundings, and it's important not only to look at your footing, but also on what wildlife is kind of around you. Make sure you take the proper precautions and take anything that you may need to defend yourself if need be. Not too worried about this trail though, but I just thought it was pretty cool that I actually saw any wildlife on this trail. I wasn't expecting to, so that was pretty cool. For the first time, we've got some brush coverage. Pretty crazy. So we are at probably the lowest point, I'd say, right about now. Doing the descent for the last 15 or so minutes. So the total elevation gain at the lowest portion here, I think, is about 300 feet. And then we're gonna get back up to around 700-ish square feet. About 700 feet total towards the end. But here at sunset, we've got a lot of shade around me here, so that's nice to cool off a little bit so the sun isn't on me the entire time. But I would say for the most part, aside from this little section here and maybe by the falls, it's pretty wide open. So if you're coming here when it's really warm out, slather up the sunscreen because you're gonna have the sun on you, that's for sure. But this section down here is pretty nice. Hopefully I don't get any mountain lions because it's a really good kill box area, as they say. Coming down both sides of the mountain. And now I can hear the stream right down below. I'm assuming there's a waterfall overhead. Could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I should insert the clip of the Santa Paula hike here, because I didn't find those waterfalls, the Punch Bowl waterfalls, but I'm feeling good about my chances on this one. Well, I think that might be it. I wasn't able to really find any falls. I'm gonna go a little bit further up here, but I'm not too hopeful to find anything else. It doesn't seem like the trail goes anywhere from here. Gotta give them an A+ on the signage here. It's really good, really easy to follow. I did notice on all trails when I was scoping out that it did have a few different points where it kind of breaks off. So I'm glad that at each one of the forks it's telling you where to go instead of you having to rely on some sort of GPS. Definitely much cooler scenery down here in this canyon area. Almost like you're transported to a different world. I was kind of bummed out the majority of the time so far because I wasn't able to really see much of anything. It just kind of looked like rolling hills, but here we got like this little hobbit's grotto cutout with some streams and whatnot. Ooh, we got a little water crossing there too. That's cool. It's nice that they put these boards down so you're not having to scramble over rocks. I gotta say the trail is definitely well maintained. I don't see any kind of like graffiti or trash or anything, so again, kudos for that. So I just passed by a larger picnic area. It seems to be a smaller one, and here you can kind of see them in the background. The stream is to the left over here, but especially with the sun going down, really nice shade in this area. Especially if it was sunny, there's a lot of tree coverage down here. So this, I would assume, especially being lower elevation too, would be the coolest spot for you to hang out. But there is no camping allowed in this area. They have signage up. And it'd actually be a good spot for it because of the small stream that runs through. I'm not sure if it dries up during the summertime or not. It would be a good spot for camping, I would think. Looks like we got another trail that kind of goes off this way too. So it's the Eagle Point Trail. We're not quite at the falls yet, but I'm hoping to see them pretty soon because I think I'm definitely over the halfway mark. So moving on. That might be it through the trees there. See if I can get a closer look where you guys see the breaks a little bit from the distance. Right through in the center of the frame there. Nice. It's a cool little cutout here. A little break in the rocks. There's a sign telling you not to spelunk. Sorry, Christian Bale. Got some steps here. And here it is. That's a cool area. I'm not going to try to get over the other side, although there might be some better vantage points or viewpoints over on the other side. But I'm just going to get over a little bit closer here. It's a good spot to take a break and just take in the ambiance. I was surprised actually. There's like nobody down here. Kind of funny, maybe because it's the end of the day and everybody's kind of like booked it out. But I'm not seeing anybody else down in this section. I thought this was going to be like the most packed. I'm kind of shocked. That was a cool section. I'm surprised that this area isn't more developed. Like they have picnic benches and tables in all the other sections, but they don't have it in this particular area. It's kind of just undeveloped, underdeveloped, and kind of rocky. So a little bit surprised that they don't have more picnic benches and tables in that area. And even though you can't quench your thirst at the waterfall, they have a nice little water fountain for you. So I kind of half lied. There is a little bench over here with a trash can, but it's not like right near the waterfall. Definitely getting the elevation gains back in. I'm already feeling it. And up ahead, I can start to see the teepee already. So while this trail is not super challenging, as you can see, it's pretty wide in a lot of different areas. You definitely will feel the elevation gains and decreases, so you got to prepare for that. This is inside the little teepee section. They have little rock cutouts. You kind of walk around. Like I said, mostly largely man-made. The waterfall is like a straight shot right over here on this edge. Pretty cool here. I think it's kind of like a wasted opportunity to put a fire pit in there. We're going to press on, because like I said, battling daylight. Ooh, another water fountain for you. There goes the sun. Okay, we kind of made it back to where the junction kind of split off. We've got Turtle Rock, formerly known as Lizard Rock, over that way. And we are basically going out the same stretch that we kind of came in before it veered off into two different directions. So yeah, it looks like we're making it out of here just in the nick of time. We've got the moon coming out too already. And I think that's going to do it for this one. So what are my takeaways on this trek? In my mind, when I first started out, I was pretty disappointed with it. I thought it was going to just be like this wide open trail and not that much to see. But particularly when you get down into that canyon where the waterfall was, I thought it was really beautiful down in that area. So if you do this trail, if you come out and do it, I would recommend just going straight for the waterfalls and then maybe coming back up that hill. You can do the whole loop, but I didn't think that the Lizard Rock / Turtle Rock was really worth it. But again, I was booking it on this trek. So I think when I'm going to be at the end, I got a little ways to go right here, maybe another half mile-ish to go. But so far I'm only at about the hour mark. By the time I'm done, it'll be maybe anywhere from like an hour and 10 to an hour and 20 for 4 miles and close to 700 feet of elevation gain. It's not bad for me. It's not bad for you, old boy. So I was glad that I could fit this in right after work. And I think one of the things that I did mention was that All Trails does say that it is heavily trafficked, but this is a Wednesday, middle of the week, and then like I said, towards sunset, and there was still a ton of people here. So I expect it to get even worse if you come out on the weekends, but definitely a bunch of people. So if you're looking for more of a serene hike and one that doesn't have a lot of people and a ton of nature, then you might want to skip this one. But if you're looking for a cool waterfall and a cool rock face to take some Instagram worthy pictures, then you might want to give this one a look. But that's going to do it for me on this day hike. If you like what you saw, please give me a little thumbs up and hit that subscribe button and the bell notification if you haven't already, so that you can be aware of all the new videos that I have coming out. And I will see you guys on the next one.